trans hate results are in. 24% of all trans people have lost gender-affirming health care. Republican lawmakers nationwide have targeted trans individuals accessing gender-affirming health care. Now, half of all the U.S. states plan to ban such care for trans youth, impacting adults too. Several states, including Florida, have restricted access to gender-affirming care for adults. Last year, Florida enacted a law mandating in-person physician treatment, limited nurse practitioners, and telehealth, too, options. Data from the Progress study now reveals that as a result of these oppressive actions, nearly 1 in 4 transgender adults faced disrupted access to gender-affirming care in the past year. Additional, 1 in 5 avoid medical care totally due to concerns about discrimination. According to the data, 38% of trans adults have contemplated relocating and moving due to anti-LGBT laws, aligning with the findings from the U.S. Transgender Survey, which reports 47% consider leaving their states. Results also indicate far worse for the T of LGBTQ+, as 65% of transgender adults perceive the decline of LGBT quality of life in the past year. That is compared to 34% to cisgender, gay, and bisexual adults. Mental health has adversely affected for 79% transgender adults compared to 50% cisgender and bisexual adults due to these anti-LGBT policies. Additionally, 67% of transgender adults and 40% cisgender, gay, and bisexual adults report encountering anti-LGBT remarks from acquaintances in the past year. These trends highlight the pervasive impact of discriminatory legislations on both transgender and cisgender LGBTQ+ individuals. This has directly impacted me. I have, in the last 6 months, have been off and on for my medication because I can't access it anymore. And then right now, when I do sign it, I go to my doctor and I have to sign a document saying that I am crazy, I don't know what I'm doing to my body, and this is a experimental medicine, and you're basically say you're subhuman, you don't know what you're doing. And this is happening right now. And this is a step to authoritarianism. This blatantly saying, oh, you can't take this medicine because we don't like it. And it's frightening. It's very frightening. And personally, in the last year or two, we have this governor going after us in every shape or form and too. And unfortunately, I have friends have moved away from this state too, because of combination of not only the laws too, but also the hate that I have encountered, my friends have encountered too. And I don't want to say it's only limited to, cisgender, straight people, things like that. I also have encountered hate within our community too. Yeah. And there is a bias against trans people in this community, and it has to be addressed. And I firsthand encountered that. I'm not going to go into the detail of the story too, but there is a need of more unity in this community. Yeah. As much we cat around having fun, things that there is individuals and people that are not in our best interest. And unfortunately, they're LGBTQ too, plus. Yeah. They're also part of our community too, but they don't see them. But going back to these laws, I mean, I'm not going to move. I'm not going anywhere. And I told my friends, I'm not going anywhere because somebody has to stay here and run against these politicians. I have political ambitions. This is not conjecture and talk to. People know me when I'm a part of the caucus too. Like I said, right now I'm still just focusing on my business. But the thing is, the best way to get rid of these hateful actions and individuals in power is to replace them. And the people who want to stand up will need to stand up. Yeah. And I'm one of those individuals. I'm putting it out there too. Things that thing is going to come soon. And to get rid of these, this is straight up hate. There's no purpose to these laws. And yeah, that's my 2 cents.
But what a smart way to to scare people by making you sign a document that says it's experimental drugs.
And that you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's where we fail. I mean, one, I say it's our parents' fault, right? I think coming from Cuban household where I know my parents were ignorant and taught me wrong things, and my cousin becoming a therapist to trans youth and explaining to me that it starts with the parents. If your parents can cope and know how to deal with you and know how to fight against this and move you to a state that
you're effed.
Right.
You're effed as a kid.
And so I hate to say I blame my parents or the parents, but I think that's where it starts, man. I wish they would have taught us different and had an open heart. And then furthermore, in regards to what the document you had to sign, that was the way that they outsmarted us.
Yeah.
We need to now outsmart them and fight against these kind of dumb tactics that they're using
But it's
against
getting
us.
worse,
The problem-
but it's getting worse
The
and
problem
worse.
is that we've got legislatures making these laws, and they're not professionals. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because just this year, right, the American Psychological Association came out with a statement in support of trans people and trans youth. The American Association of Pediatrics came out and reaffirmed their commitment to transgender
that gender-affirming
youth.
care, will cut the possibility of a kid wanting to commit suicide or end their life or anything like that.
It's proven science.
And so these are the experts saying this, and we've got legislatures going, oh, no.
Right.
Don't listen to him. He's only got 15 degrees. Listen to this guy.
Carvel, I am just so eternally grateful that you are here to even talk on this. There's been so many times on other newscasts and on other shows when these issues come up, and we do our best to go through them, but we can't share the experience like what you just shared.
Completely.
I'm so glad that you're here and willing to, because I don't know if I would talk about my doctor's visits on the air, and it means a lot.
Carvel for president, kid.
Yeah.
Come
back.
Those are aspirations.
Keep coming back.
Those are serious aspirations. But thank you, Mark. I mean, it's just so frightening. And remember, it's a slippery slope. These people hate all of us.
Yeah.
They hate everybody. So they're already starting with the weakest part of the community. That's my community. So next, what they're gonna say? You need a document to get married. Not married. Say, oh, you need a. They're already proposing in other states, like in Texas, if you want to get gender-affirming care, oh, you can't have your guns rights. You can't have this rights, or you can't buy property, or you can't. They're just. What's stopping to go?
They're associating it with insanity or
they're just saying so everything is insane. So if it's not white and right, it's gonna be queer and crazy.
Yeah.
If it's not so that's the thing. And people have to say you have to open it because they're doing it to me already.
But they're coming. But they're coming for us right after.
They're coming for everyone.
For sure.
And that's the thing people have to realize. It's they push. Like we said, you have a candidate. The orange orangutan, I call him. I don't recall by his real name. Dr. Trump. Yeah, that guy. He says day one, I want to be a dictator. And the other guy say, you got our guy here, our governor says, okay, well, I can be a dictator. And he is being in a small way. And that's why these are really scary times.
Yeah.
They really are. So.
Yeah. And, again, to just reaffirm what Mark said, it's great that you are on the panel and able to talk about it because nobody else can speak of your experience or the lived experience of a trans individual. We can't, and we'll never know. I'm very well aware that I'm a light-skinned lesbian woman that can pass, right? If I don't tell you that I love twat, you wouldn't know.
Jeez.
You just say you just straight up every time your face.
Well, now I know,
you know
girl.
what I mean? So
right.
it really breaks my heart that close to 70% of people, 70% of trans people, hear this horrible anti-LGBTQ plus stuff from their own acquaintances. Right.
Yeah.
From their own friends, from other letters in our community. That's what Carvel said.
Yeah.
That is so effing crazy.
No, that happened.
I believe you.
So yeah.
Yeah.